What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV, and I'm the girl, Lady T. And today we are talking love and hip hop Hollywood, y'all. I missed y'all. Let me tell you, my trip went really great. I'm gonna probably have to do a separate video about that, but suffice it to say, Toronto was excellent. I learned a lot. I even went and got a chance to go see Motown the musical. So it was a really great time. But anyway, y'all, let's get to the subject at hand. Love and hip hop Hollywood, y'all. They doing the most. So let's get into it. So the episode kicks off with Moniece. She's, hiking with her mom. They have not had the easiest relationship. Their relationship has been up and down, but they're taking this time together, just to work out and talk. And while they're talking, Moniece's mom asks Moniece, what's important in your life? Because you need to do something besides, chasing men all the time. You need to get your priorities straight. And I'm with the mama. Moniece, you've been doing the most. When we first met you, you was trying to sell dildos and vibrators and all that shit on the corner. Then you was trying to sing your way to the top. And now I guess you with Rich Dallas. I think you trying to do some shotgun wedding type of shit and think you can live off him and his non-existent money. Because believe me, he don't have none. Hence why he's on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, because he needs a freaking check so his ass don't go back to jail for child support. I'm just saying. And so Moniece is telling her mom, yeah, I know, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm trying to get my priorities straight. And her mom asks her, okay, so what's important to you? Right now, what is important to you? And, she says she wants to get her music career off the ground. And I think she said something about working out or some other shit. I don't know. But what she didn't say was camp. And I was sitting there watching wow. And I'm not doubting that Moniece loves her son. But the fact that you don't have him, it needs to be said that one of your priorities is getting him back. Or at least getting a situation where you have joint custody. Something that's better than what you got now, which seems to be limited visitation. So, while you're basically thinking it goes without saying, no, that has to be said because he needs to be a priority. And her mama said that too, you didn't say nothing about Cam, and she was basically of course Cam. But again, like I said, that needs to be said because you do not have your child. This is not saying you don't love your child, but you need to make it a priority to have a more stable life so you can have more time with your child. So that needed to be said. So anyway, then they move on and they start talking about her relationship with Rich Dallas. Moniece's mama is so what's this I hear about you dating Rich Dallas? And matter of fact, what kind of name is Rich Dallas? Because I know his mama didn't name him that. And I was I like the mama. She's a little abrasive, but she's talking that real stuff. She said everything that we've been saying, and I'm glad that on this show we finally got a mama with some real sense that ain't over the top and ratchet. Like I said, she's a little abrasive, but she's telling that real shit, and I like that. So, Moniece is telling her, yeah, I'm dating Rich, we happy and all this stuff. And her mom is well, I would like to meet him. I would like to know, what he's about. And so Moniece agrees to get that set up for them all to sit down and meet or whatever. So then we got Nia and Soulja Boy. Oh my God, I can't. He, of all the franchises, and they are some scum, some fuckboys, all that on all these franchises, but he wins the award for the ultimate fuckboy. He looks like a maggot and going around here just screwing every dang on body, and I just can't take it. So anyway, he him and Nia, they out shopping, and he like, yo, guess who popped up at the house? And she like, who? He was like, you know, that chick Nas, and you know, I was trying to tell her that I'm with you, and I think we should all just sit down so she can know that you my woman. And I'm like, y'all three need to sit down so she can know that Nia's your girl. How about you stop screwing Nas so that she can know that Nia's your girl? That'd be more effective. Having them sit down ain't telling her nothing, because she know, y'all, just as easy as you gonna have them sit down and say that's your girl, that you'll be calling and texting her right after. Come on, man, bye. And then Nia, she just is dumb because she gonna agree to it. And she was like, well, is there anything that I need to know before, you know, I meet with her or whatever? And he's like, no, you already know what it is. In layman's terms, you already know that I'm screwing her, so I'll act brand new. And I'm just like, here we go with the bullshit. So anyway, then after that, we got Amber and Miles. Amber is still chasing a hope and a dream with this delusion that her and Miles are going to end up together. That he just needs to get his mind right. At the end of the day, they're going to be a family. I wish somebody would smack her and wake her up out of her dream. I don't know. We need Cher. Remember Cher and Ghost, and she smacked Nicolas Cage and said, snap out of it? That's what we need right now. We need somebody to smack Amber and be like, snap out of it. You've been dealing with this man on and off for 15 years, and you can't tell that something's going on. So either you're completely delusional, or you just ignoring the fact, or you're just going on with the script. However the case, it's just all bad on whatever level. So anyway, they talking, and Miles, he's such a dang on punk. He tells her, you know, just be patient, don't give up on me. And I'm like, why are you stringing this girl along? And your thing was, you said, I'm not trying to string you along, but you're doing the, that's exactly what you're doing, Miles. You're stringing her along, telling her to be patient and all that. Just tell her the freaking truth. This is why women go postal when they find out all this extra shit is going on. Because y'all be beating around the bush, and then when y'all finally tell us, that's why we go postal, because you could have been told us. Like, she been chasing you around for God knows how long, trying to see where your mind is at, and your mind ain't on her or no other female like that. You just need to come clean. Anyway, then we get introduced to Shonda and Willie. You know, Willie was in day 26, and Shonda is his wife. They just moved from Chicago to LA. Willie is trying to jumpstart his solo career, so they thought it would be a good look if they moved close to the record company in LA. Well, they don't got no damn money, and they just trying to make it work. You know, they scratching and surviving. It's good times up in here, you know. And what I like about them is they got real problems that we can relate to. You know, they chasing the dream. They just took all the money that they had, and they just gonna go for it. But they got bills, and so they talk about that. And then we move on to Rich and Moniece. Moniece tells Rich that, hey, my mama want to meet you. And by the way, as she's telling him that her mama wants to meet him, they moving in together. And I'm like, Moniece done finally got what she wanted. Let's see how long this lasts. Because Rich, y'all already know how Rich is. As soon as Mona say it's time to start filming Love and Hip Hop New York, he'll be back on the flight. And it'll be like Moniece who. Anyway, so they moving in together, and she tells him that her mama want to meet him, and he's like, why? Like, y'all don't even get along like that. And she's like, yeah, but we really trying to get our relationship back together, and I think this will help, you know, all of us sitting down. And he was like, well, I think y'all should have a few more dinners before I come into the picture, but all right, if this is what you want me to do, I'll do it. So anyway, then we got this fucked up meeting with Nas, Nia, and Soulja Boy. Oh my God. Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy. He look like a walking STD, and y'all can't see that he could just openly just give y'all something. I mean, he is an STD, and y'all just sitting up there fighting, and I can't, just talking about it. Anyway, so they get together, they all sit down, And basically, he like, you know, this is what it is. Nia's my girlfriend. And I was like, oh, that's funny because last night you was all texting me talking about you want to be with me and come over so we can do this, that, and the other. And he was like, whatever, that's in the past. And she was like, I got the text message. She was like, you don't got to show no text messages. I'm talking about the here and now. And Nia was like, real quietly, I want to see. I was like, oh, hell no. So, Nas shows Nia the text messages. And, you know, it looked like her face was just cracked. And, you know, she tells Soulja Boy, you know you wrong. And, you know, Nas like, damn right he wrong, blah, 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 blah. And then she tells Nia, you can say you welcome. And she was like, you welcome? She was like, yeah. And that's when Nia's like, I'll never tell a hoe thank you. And they get to fighting. Now, this is a problem that I have. But because before they erupted into this argument, when he got caught with the text messages, Soulja Boy flat out told y'all asses, look, I don't got to be with neither one of y'all. I got hoes on top of hoes on my dick. That right there should have told y'all that he don't give a care about none of y'all, okay? And that right there should have alleviated any type of beef that y'all had with each other, because that nigga right there is foul. And y'all shouldn't even degrade yourselves and even fighting over him. And I don't even care if you say, oh, I wasn't fighting over him. I was fighting because she called me a hoe. No. The fact that you're fighting has any relation to do with him is fucked up. You shouldn't even give him the satisfaction. So anyway, like I said, he basically tells him, look, I got hoes on top of hoes on my dick, and I don't gotta be with either one of y'all. And so that's when they get to the thing about you can say you welcome, and then they start fighting. And that really broke my heart, because I'm like, why are y'all fighting over this maggot ass walking STD? Like, he don't care about y'all. And y'all shouldn't even give him the satisfaction of making him even think that y'all are fighting over him, okay? And then you just as dumb, because after security break y'all up, you sitting over there at the bar, and he comes over, put this raggedy ass chain across your neck, talking about, this is how much I love you. This costs 5 G's. Bitch, all money ain't good money. And number one, that shit's probably gold plated. Number two, even if it ain't, you can keep that and your raggedy ass chain, okay? You can keep that, you can keep your dirty dick. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he just makes me so mad. And she just sitting there. He put it around her neck, and he was like, I don't want to talk about, you know, Nas no more. And he was just kissing her. And she just sitting there. Now, in the confessional, she's talking about she done. But why you sitting there wearing that raggedy chain and letting them kiss all over you? Girl, bye. You'll continue to be dumb. Whatever. Then we got Miles and Mulan. They moving in together, and come to find out, here we go with the scripted shit. Amber lives down the street from Mulan. And I'm like, of course she does. This is a Mona Scott production, so this is how we gonna roll. So, and Mulan is like, look, you need to at least tell her that you're with somebody. You need to just stop, you know, basically stringing her along. And he like, I'll tell him when I'm ready. And Mulan is like, look, I'll call her. Don't get it twisted. And that's when Miles is like, okay, well, you're right. I got to tell her. So anyway, after that, we got Ray J and his manager. He's shooting this video with Lil Wayne. I'm like, finally, get you a dang on job, because I'm tired of you. You just like, you and Rich are like the oldest, no, I was about to say Stevie J, but Stevie J, I think he retired. But you, Rich Dallas and Peter Guns, y'all are like the oldest fuck boys I ever seen in my life. So anyway, I should hang that junk up. So he can't concentrate, and he got to spill his guts to his manager talking about he can't concentrate because he tripping over Princess and Tiara and how they hanging out. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then we got Shonda and April. they working out, and Shonda's telling April, like, look, bills are mounting up at the house. We only got enough for 6 months to live off of, and if worse comes to worse, I'm about to go back to work, which she just ain't talking about just getting a regular job. She got to get on the pole. And I'm like, what's wrong with getting a 9 to 5? Why is it either I don't work or I got to go shake my ass? Like, it's so many other levels in between. But hey, whatever. Go for what you know. I guess you must be pretty good at it. So, anyway, then we got Miles. He drives to April's house because he was trying to tell her what was going on. But his heart couldn't let him do it, so he just had to drive away. And I was just like, if this scene wasn't the most scripted scene ever, like, it was so dramatic. I felt like I was watching some type of music video. It was just crazy. Then we got we got Moniece, Rich, and her mom. They sitting down to dinner, and it already goes left, you know. He wants to give her a hug. She's like, no, let's just shake hands. And they sit down, and she just goes in like, okay, first of all, what type of name is Rich Dallas? And he's like, first of all, it's Richard. She was like, yeah, but where did the Rich Dallas come from and all that? And then she says that, you know, she's looked him up and kind of find out he's been thrown in jail for paying lack of child support. And by this time now he's getting upset. Because he like, dang, why'd you put my stuff on blast and why we discussing my business? And then she was like, look, all I'm saying is that I had my child young and I want better for her. You know, you about to be 40. And he like, well, since we rounding up, you about to be 50. And she was like, okay, but the thing is, we almost the same age, and she's only 30, and I just want the best for her. But anyway, they get to going back and forth or whatever, and I'm just like, Rich, get your stuff together. Like, I don't know. I can't really say whose side I was on because they both had really good points or whatever. So then we move on to Shonda and Willie. Shonda basically tells Willie, look, we got all these dang on bills, and I'm about to go back on the pole. And he's like, no, I would do whatever I got to do as the provider of this house so you don't have to get back on the pole. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's a man for you. Like, he ain't about to have his woman degrade herself just for a couple dollars. He'll figure it out and get it together. But again, to me, it shouldn't be either I shake my ass or I don't work. It's so many other levels, but whatever. Anyway, then we got Ray J and Princess. He done took Princess with him to Miami to shoot this video. Now, mind you, he said that he done got her locked up in the hotel room. What is she, like, his personal travel size sex toy or something? Because it seems like he just takes her wherever he want to go, lock in the hotel room, and only come back to the hotel when he want to bang. Other than that, she just sits there until he come back and ready to screw. I'm just like, where they do that at? Like, So anyway, she shows up at the video shoot, and basically she's just like, you know, what's going on? He's like, look, man, I can't concentrate, and since you here, I want to talk about this whole thing when you were Tierra, you know, and this really ain't a good look. Matter of fact, she told me that you was trying to go off to Vegas, and she was like, see, both of y'all some rats, and y'all both ate the cheese. She was like, I told her that just to see if she was going to tell you, which she did, and your ass bought it. And she was just like, you know what, I don't even want to be with you, I'm sick of you, and all this other stuff. And that's when he's like, well, maybe we shouldn't be together anyway, because I don't trust you and you don't trust me. And I'm like, you think? Y'all should have been broke up. Oh my God. And then we end the episode, y'all, with Miles and Mulan. Miles just spent the night out because he couldn't tell Amber about his relationship with with Mulan. And so he knew he didn't want to hear Mulan's mouth, so supposedly he went to his auntie house. But Mulan said he followed him to Amber's house, and he was like, well, if you follow me, you would have saw that I went over there and drove off because I couldn't do it. And Mulan just got all dramatic, packed up his, Miles' 2 little boxes, and talking about he needs to get out, he don't trust him and all this other stuff. And I'm like, y'all are doing the most. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. I'm glad I'm back. I missed y'all. I'm going to try to do Basketball Wives tomorrow. So anyway, do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, y'all. Peace and love.